Okay, good afternoon all. Hope everyone is well. Karina, good morning to you. Yep, it's Friday. I know, week's gone quick, isn't it? Okay, well, I thought market was open. It was spiking around. It hasn't. There's a couple of minutes left. Disco, how you doing, my friend? So, is this a bigger channel? It's hard to say, really. It could be. Trouble is, it's going sideways and we're up at support. You can see it clearly. We've broken overnight high. So is this coming down or are we having two legs and it's pushing up? Your guess is as good as mine, really. What I will say, Russell, good morning, mate. What I will say is we have got orders up here, stronger orders, but they've been there a while. So it doesn't really tell us a huge amount. But around here, there are orders up and down, but nothing too great at the moment. Market officially opens in about a minute, just over a minute. So you may see this pick up a little bit, but in my opinion, you can't really go long here. You can't go short because we have had two legs down. We're clearly finding some support there, which may say it goes up, but then we've got resistance up here. So toss of a coin, my friends. So I wasn't going to trade today. We were having some workmen come around the house to refit a new window frame. But that's been cancelled now, so here I am. I've been having to play around with my computer as well. I thought it was freezing up. It's not actually. It seems to be an internet issue. The only things that seem to freeze are connected to the internet. So I didn't have, as I built this new computer, I didn't install Wi-Fi drivers. So I've got Wi-Fi drivers on it now. So if my hardwired connection goes down, it should skip over to Wi-Fi and vice versa. So market is open. I'm going to buy one of those bells, I think. Market bell, cha-ching. So two nice legs down. There's not much you can do here, really. A little push up. You may trap balls, and then it may come down. And not only that, ATR is high at the moment. So really, I think it would be prudent to give that a little bit of a wide berth just for a few minutes. So there you go. Quick push above the EMA. Triggers, instantly comes down, stops out. So there's bound to be traders thinking about two legs back. Let's get in here. But this market has got a way of making your life miserable. Kind of like wives. Not mine, though. I don't know why I said that, actually. So my apologies there. But no, I'm just having a bit of fun. But yeah, it's got a way of sort of showing you one thing, and then it's kind of a lot of smoke and daggers, isn't it? Now, if there is a channel, this is a break, and you can see there's two little legs down, but I don't know, it could be ranging, it could be doing anything. I got no idea. I must say lately, I find this market to be really sly, if you know what I mean. It's really sly. It does feel like it's constantly trying to get one over on you, so there may be a channel down there. Now, as we've had this up, you may agree that's a channel, you may not. It's hard to say, really. Might be, it might not be. So, in fact, I think we're probably best saying it isn't, because it's very finicky, isn't it? That's clearly a channel with a break. We clearly got two legs down. You can see two pushes up to a new high. So the way this is looking, it's more than likely coming down, I think. So there's nothing I can do here at the moment. See if we get a second entry. Oh, incidentally, one of my Traderfy accounts has just hit a payment level. It's been approved. I'll show you that later. So hopefully the other four are going to be shortly. That was a little bit more, that was. So possible second entry short. It's hard to say. I'm going to get a order here ready just in case. Why isn't that working? That's why.
Order cancelled.
No. 206. Toggle on. Let me just check if this is
Order
working.
submitted.
Yeah, it is. It's 28 ticks. It's horrendous, that is. Do you really want to get in for 28 ticks? It's probably going to work, but you've got to get a bit of a pullback, surely. I mean, that's ridiculous. 28 ticks. See if we can get a little pullback. Getting a limit order here. I don't think it's going to happen, is it? Channel break, new high, big bearish bar, slice through the EMA. Looking at this, it's more likely going to come down. See, there's the reason not to get into that. Look at this, straight up, stopped it out. That's what I mean. This market is so untrustworthy. 25 ticks, triggered you, went up, stopped you out. Channel break. Let's see. Still a possibility we get some in here.
Order cancelled.
Channel down, 2 attempts to push up. Tempting. Okay, so there's 2 legs up with a bearish bar. It's triggered and continued on up. So maybe it's just testing this area. We'll see. You just got to be so careful going along into these highs. I'm hoping this thing's going to come down. These bars are so large. There is a second entry long there, but it's clearly just stacked up. It's probably going to work depending on how you're looking at it. It does look like there's a bit of a channel up there, but I mean, look at the size of it. It's not finished yet. It's already 28 ticks. Tick above, tick below. You're talking at least a 30 tick risk. That's horrendous. That's just ridiculous, that is. I'm not getting in for that. So 2 legs up, bearish bar. If we get a lower high, I'll have a go at it, I think. I'm not sure whether that is a channel. See, you may argue that's a triple test. It didn't trigger, though. Okay, so that didn't trigger, unfortunately, so you can't take it. Now you're going to have long stops there and there, so if this does come down, there's plenty. I do like it when it's got, there you go. I do like it when it's got a lot of this liquidity. These bars are rather large. Neil, how you doing? Sorry, Matt, I didn't see you there, buddy. How you doing? See if we get a couple of attempts to push higher. I still think by this pushing down, it's probably going to clear these areas here. But we need a setup. Trouble is, so many times it just doesn't get to the EMA and then it just drops. So annoying, these markets sometimes. I'll tell you what, I've been trading this style specifically now for over 4.5 years, and it does seem to get harder. Now, whether that's just because there's more, I've learned more and there's more mental processing, it's hard to say really, but, going back there did seem to be more setup, so maybe it's just me. Obviously, as we learn, we change as well. We do learn a lot more, so there is so much more going on inside your brain, isn't there? Second by second as we're reading this. So what I will say is I probably took a lot more trades, probably because, I followed Mac's kind of a process of if you see a trade, take it, whether it wins or loses, and that's kind of how you learn. But then after a while, you start to filter out the crap. And perhaps that's what I'm doing. I've filtered out the crap and I'm left with the good setups, which do require you to sit there a bit longer and be a bit more patient. So there you go. That's probably it. So there's nothing you can do down here. It's so far from that EMA. You never know when it's going to decide to trigger you. Push up, hit the EMA, stop you out, and then continue down the way. The trouble is with Pats, you have no room for error. Zero room. If I take that trade, my order goes one tick below, my stop goes one tick above. It only takes price to come back, trigger out your stop, and then push down. It doesn't mean you've got the direction right. It just means you've got the timing wrong. So no, don't get behind me. I quit it. I know. Yeah. So incidentally, I've been approved for a payout just on one of the accounts. The others are just a little bit behind. So payout history. So that one there got approved yesterday. It took about an hour, I think, to approve it. So first payment I've had from these, I've got another 4 accounts, which are around about $300 and $450 behind this one for some reason. I don't quite know why, but so that there'll be another 4 on the way. And I believe you get paid through Rise. Now, I already have a Rise account for something or other. I can't remember why I set it up. So apparently it's paid into my Rise account within 24 hours after it's been approved. So I'm guessing it's going to be this evening, late this evening. But now I need, out of the next 2 more days of my Apex accounts, I need one of those days to be $50, and I'll be able to withdraw about another 8,000. And then I should have another 8,000 from my Traderify accounts over the next week or two. So I am getting back into that realms of regular payments again after I did that stupid stop moving business a few months ago. So how's your drawdown after withdrawal? I'm left with $1,038, and my drawdown is 50,100. So I've got $935, $938 of drawdown, because at 50,100 it doesn't move. So I'm just trading it one contract and forgetting about it. It'd be a shame that you couldn't get a few more accounts, really, but there you go. And I have got 2 take profit trader accounts. Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, at the end of the day, it costs me, I think, $350 for that account. I got $2,000 out of it. Now, I've took a bunch and blew a few of them. So when I get one more payment, which is my second payment, that will more than cover everything I've paid. And I'll still have another 3 accounts left. So, and I got 2 take profit trader accounts just gone active today. So, I'm not trading one of my, Apex accounts. I took a trade on just that one yesterday. I got $59, so I only need to flip that on Monday. So I'm not bothering trading that. But all my Apex accounts are over 4,000 now. They're around about, I think the smallest one is 4,130. And then 4,139, 4,2, 4,2. So I'm not pushing my luck. I just haven't had a payment for nearly 4 months now. So hopefully it'll be $16,000, $17,000 over the space of a couple of weeks. So that should at least get me back in the ballpark. Yeah, I haven't taken a payment for 3.5 months. So the trouble is, when I ended up moving my stop, see, my account was really good up to Christmas. My account's had around about $3,000 in. Now, I had payments January, February, March, April, and May. I had one payment in June. So July, August, September had nothing. But as you guys know, I had a little bit of a panic. Moved my stop just once. I remember you trying to talk me out of it while I was doing it, Karina. Moved my stop just once, and that ended up blowing the account. So for the next 3 weeks after that, I was blowing accounts left, right, and centre, just out of pure frustration. And then I obviously got my sea legs back, and then decided that the only way to get these back up is just do it slowly, which unfortunately it took about 2.5 months. But at least now I can start to hopefully get some regular payments again. But I'm concentrating more on the process rather than the money, and then when the money is available, then I can decide whether or not to take it. So possible second entry shorty. I'm not super keen on this. These bars are rather large, and channel break, 2 pushes to a new low. Are we going to continue down? Trouble is, we've cleared out some of this liquidity down here, so it may bounce and push up. It may come down. I'm not so sure. So there could be something like that with a break and a new high. So yeah, if you'd have taken that now, I think there's a good chance it may stop out. But the trouble is, if you get it wrong, that ATR is coming down a bit, which is good. But if you get it wrong, it's costly. So channel break, new high. Now, if it closes here and we get a push up the bearish bar, I probably would have a go at that. There is liquidity down here. So maybe there's a spike in channel. See if this triggers this and comes down bearish. I mean, look at the size of that, 32 ticks. And then all of a sudden, up it shoots, look. Yeah, you've really got to be careful here. If you get it wrong, you could be down 5 or 6 points like that. Been so choppy lately. It could be 4 points in the green. Yeah, exactly. It has. It has been chopping around. I don't know. Is it because of the China and the Trump, China, and the tariffs? We had that big drop, and it's kind of been a little bit been a bit chopping around kind of ever since, really. But it does go through these phases from time. But hopefully, it'll settle down. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on here. There may be a spot. I don't know, to be honest with you. Trouble is, if you don't know what's going on, you can't really act on it, to be honest. Otherwise, you can get in trouble. Perhaps there's a little spike down there with an overshoot and then a kind of a couple of retests and then up we trot. So it is a bit dangerous, this. If you get it wrong, it's going to be costly. Victor's Heist has been for a long time. I don't even know what that is, mate. What is that? So channel, however you look at that, maybe something like that. Kind of looks right-ish, and then we kind of have a break, couple of legs up, test these highs again, break the high, and then have a quick drop, followed by what looking like a little spike in channel. Then we drop down at the bottom, cleared out some of this liquidity, and now it's having another go. What I will say is the strongest orders I can see on Bookmap are above current price here at 67, which is up here around about. And there are some there. Now, they've been sitting there for a long time, so whether it gets up that high, I can't see how I can't see where. So 5, 6, 7. So yes, 7 and 9, I think. 6, 7, 750 and 9 are the strongest ones. 6, 7, 750 and 9. 6, 9. Sorry, 6, 7, 9. About 7, 7, something like that. So there are strong orders there. In fact, probably up a tiny bit higher as well. So there are strong orders there. So whether price does get up there now, what I will say is you can see this area here is price is hitting it and it's turning, isn't it? So at the moment, in fact, those two pair on yesterday's chart, we haven't hit yet. So it does seem to be, this seems to be an area where sellers seem to like. Now, we had kind of that big move down and another leg yesterday. So whether we're going to get 2 legs back up and a big leg up, who knows? But what I can say on Bookmap is there is sellers here, which is above these last half a dozen or so spikes. So whether it pushes through that and those buyers get absorbed, those sellers get absorbed, who knows? Yeah, so that's up to 80 and down to about 77. There are some at 75 as well, which is just above this. I think it's right to say, yeah, a few ticks above there. So it'll either get up here and turn, or it may come back, test and push up. It's hard to know at the moment. But we've had a fair amount of price action considering the market's only really been open 20 minutes, that, official kind of opening. It's quite often we have that much overnight, don't we? But we've had a fair amount, actually. So 1, 2, 3, big bearish bar there, channel break, new high. It never triggered. Now, as I say, I use Bookmap to tell me where to avoid shorting. And along here at the moment is where I want, is where I want to avoid shorting because of those big orders up there. Now, there's no guarantee it'll get up there, but as long as they're big sellers up there, I want to avoid getting in short here because it may just decide to go up. So there's a relative, okay, so there we go. There's a relatively bearish bar there. That triggered and started to push up. Then it hit that level and then cleaned out some of these. And you can see it had that quick spike up there. So that's a good reason not to get it. You may think bearish bar, another bearish bar, let's go short. What happens? It triggers your one tick, pushes up. Once it gets above here, it'll hit here, and then up here, and which is giving that quick spike. So good reason not to get in there. So it's now 80 is the kind of top area of those orders. So I think it'd probably push a little bit higher. There is a bearish bar there, so that's triggered some traders, pushed straight up, stopped out. So that's the useful thing about Bookmap. It does show you where there are big orders, and if big orders are right above where you're shorting, might be advisable just to sit tight. That engulfing bar, triple test, and I probably stopped out. Yeah, absolutely, which is why we had that little. See, ordinarily, I may have considered taking that, but that's why I like Bookmap, because it saved me a loss there, and it often does that. So those orders now are more or less gone. There's just a few more. So we've cleaned out this area here. So now I probably expect profit taking there. So we may come back and test this. And then we'll either consider up or continue up, or we may continue up straight away. So, yeah, we may get a second leg up and kind of recover. What did we drop yesterday? It's a fair amount, wasn't it? So the best part of 120 bars, and then we added another 91. We added another 90 bars overnight straight down, and then we've recovered all of it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it targets these areas and possibly push up. But I don't think you can get in this at the moment. Having said that, it is starting to look like a spike and channel, so this looks quite strong to me. So it may just continue up. I wouldn't want to take it here first. I'd want it to at least test this area somewhere. But that is going up quite nice, so it may just continue up. But there's bound to be profit taking there, you'd have thought. So once we get into these little channels and these bars get a bit smaller, that ATR should start to come down a bit. It has. I mean, these bars are quite big. Things are slowing down a little bit, so that should hopefully start to come down. So this is quite strong, this. So there are orders at 85, which is just a couple of points higher than we are now. So here's, there may be a break there, but there's our break. I expected some kind of profit taken here. And once it's pushed above this, you know, there's two real options, isn't there? Apart from maybe it's temporary bit of sideways. We come down and test this and push up, or we pull back. Kind of fake out a bit, but there will be liquidity here, I don't doubt it. We've cleared all that earlier stuff. This is the bit left, and that is 85.50, which is more or less where there are orders, so I still think it will push up at least temporarily a little bit more. Yeah, if you look at this, they kind of start from around about 85 there and go up a bit. So I dare say 85.50 is where that little bounce was. Triple test, whatever you want to call it, and then we had, and then it came down. It wasn't a bad day yesterday, but I was just a little bit nervous about yesterday. Bouncing around, such a lot of volatility yesterday, and I got to say that does make me super cautious, which is not a bad thing. So possible break with a new high. So do we come back or do we continue on up? So channel, possible break, new low. Excuse me just 1 second. I've just had a parcel delivered. Okay, right, there's the answer. Straight down, no argument. I mean, look at that. We're down nearly 30 points. That's unbelievable, that is. In the time it took me to go downstairs. So we're down 20, just under 28 points. Unbelievable. So, cleared out everything up here, pushed up a little bit, cleared out some of this early stuff, and then dropped. So, you'd have to expect it to come down to this area now. Now, sometime we expect a break up to the EMA and then look for a short. We want a couple of legs up, really, then we may get a second leg down. Ideally, if we can test this area. Trouble is, sometimes it just doesn't get up there, and then before it continues down, we may get lucky. So, maybe a channel with an overshoot. It's hard to say. Look at that. It just drops, and then all of a sudden, it rockets back up. It's so hard to trade this stuff. There's so much random movement in it. So, channel maybe an overshoot. It's hard to say, really. I don't like them when they don't fit nice. You may go with that. There are orders at 85 up here, so whether that will happen, I got no idea. Whether it'll just turn. It's so hard to read this stuff, it really is. So channel break new high bearish bar. We need to come below that EMA really. So we've had a channel up there, break new high. At the moment, this support line here for the top of the original range I had is acting as support, and so is EMA. Okay, up, sideways. My guess is leg across, and up. Bearish bar there triggered. It's probably going to continue on up, at least temporarily. As I say, there are a chunk of orders, quite a large chunk of orders at 85, 85, 85 and a half, somewhere about there, which is right where that blue line is I put earlier. So it may come up. We could have a leg and a leg up, but this thing could just as equally drop. I got no damn idea, none whatsoever. I know it's frying my brain, this stuff. So this is horrible. This, in fact, it did a lot of this early part of yesterday, didn't it? Just bouncing randomly all over the place. It looks like a bad heart attack on a monitor, doesn't it? It's so hard to trade this. Let me know if I'm moaning a little bit too much today. I think it probably will continue up a little bit more, but that is just my kind of experience, maybe gut feeling. I certainly wouldn't trade long based on that. You'd need something solid, but yeah, a couple of people are doing this, which is a possibility. It's a little bit too broad, but we have had that move up and there is kind of two legs down, so maybe it will go up. It's hard to say. I think really after the big move down yesterday and we've cleared this area, if we test this top, I think there's another good chance we get a second leg up, which will get us kind of back up to yesterday's, well, certainly to where we opened yesterday and recovered a lot of that big move down. So what I will say, in most of the price is sitting on top of this line and on the EMA. So you could probably look for a triple test here. 2 legs down at the moment. You've just got to be so careful. That doesn't look terrible. Bounce, bounce. Trouble is, this market is so untrustworthy. It's 17 ticks that, which is not huge. But if this is valid, it may just decide to come down here and but this market is so trappy. So there you go. So look at that. Is it going to hold? It may do. Trouble is, there's a channel there with a small break and a new low. So maybe this worked. But I don't like this price action. It's, Mac talks about this as multiple personalities. This is a personality of a person. I hate their guts at the moment, so I'm not going to trust anything they do. You may argue a little double bottom there, but channel, break, channel, down, test this area, then push up. Who knows? I'm not sure about that. I think it's a little bit too broad. We could have a leg down and then another leg down, but this thing is just chop. We've had a break out of it. We've tried again and we've dropped below it. It may come back down. I don't flipping know at the moment. It's hard going, this is. So you've got to be so careful. Trouble is, if you draw these too early, it might affect your bias. And in this case, it's showing down, but there's no guarantees it's like that. Push down. You may argue a triple test. It's just too congested. Come on. Damn thing. There we go. So maybe we got 2 legs back up to this area where these orders are. This line, so they're around about 85, 85.50, these orders. So maybe it will end up doing that. I don't know, though. Yeah, someone's just mentioned on downstream, midline looks good. It does, doesn't it? You can see a nice bounce there. You can see it working that midline there, can't you? See, we had that big push off there. So it's definitely playing a role, that, isn't it? So we've had a breakout which failed. Maybe we have 2 more attempts. Let's see if that fails. So orders there, measured leg there. So we've cleared that out now, where those orders are. So there's the measured leg. Let's see what happens. Thing is, at the moment, you can see strong aggressive buyers there. 11th, there's almost double at the moment. They're fading a little bit. Getting more and more even. So it's kind of going lower at the moment. Let's see if it continues up. See, there are still orders a little bit further up, just below 700. So there are more aggressive buyers and sellers. There's nearly double, which is creating that to push up some more. So it does look like this is probably, yeah, sometimes they even out then, but this isn't. That you can clearly see the buyers are stronger there. So you can see there's orders up around about the 700, which, as we know, these round numbers tend to be a little bit important. So it does look to me now that we may get a measured move from there. So there and there, which takes us up to, hey presto, just under that 700 mark. I can stretch that up a little bit to there and pull that down to there, which should take us to bang on 700, I'm guessing. A few ticks off. So, leg and a leg. So that measured move takes us close to this area. Trouble is, although we've got a push up, we've got 2 clear attempts. You don't know how much further it's going to continue. Is there a channel up there? It's hard to say, really. Maybe there is. So, yeah, it's possible. Late, but good morning. Good morning to you, mate. Sorry, buddy, I didn't see you there. So, smaller channel with a break and a new high. So the smaller ones played out. I think there may be a spike in a channel, but even if there is, this is clearly a break anyway. So maybe there is. I'm not super convinced. There could be. But even if there is, to me, that looks like a small break again. So depends how you look at that. Does kind of look a bit spikish, doesn't it? With either way, break new high. Whether we go more straight up, we got to break at a new high, but that's played out sort of regardless. I mean, this thing is swinging, isn't it? Even these small swings at 15 points. So this is probably one of the smaller swings. It's 20 points. Ridiculous, isn't it? ATR is coming down a bit, I will say. It's under 4 now. Really get good runners. Yeah, I don't touch them at the moment. See, a massive fan of that. It's kind of spiking up, pulling back, spiking up. Pulls back and pushes up strong, doesn't it? So channel break, new low. It's tempting that, but at the moment, it's just, I'm just not super confident in anything it's doing, really. I mean, we had a break, new low, bullish bar. It went straight up. All of a sudden, cross pulls straight back down. So this market is just very trappy at the moment. And if it's going to push up there, I'd prefer it to bounce. Kind of, mind you, you could argue we bounced at previous support, or previous resistance rather. Previous resistance comes support, but I think a higher low would be a safer option there. But it's just very trappy. The market's constantly overlapping itself. There is a higher low there, but same again. You don't know whether it's going to trigger it and come down. Channel down, break, 2 pushes down to a new low. I just don't trust price at the moment. I think the only thing that may take me long is a failure. They are. It's clearly going a bit sideways now, up across. It's probably going to go up, certainly above these, I don't doubt it. But is it going to push higher, or is it going to hit that EMA and come down? Typical. I just don't trust anything at the moment. You're in, are you? Yeah, as I say, I don't think it was the worst trade in the world, the higher low. Trouble is, you're just getting 3 bars. It's a little bit finicky there, so you don't know whether we're going to get a second entry short and it's going to drop below this and test the top here somewhere. Ah. So there is a second entry short possible failure here. I just don't like it. Trouble is, the market will kind of give you these setups and come back and clear them out. It's got a tendency of just constantly overlapping itself. Didn't take it. Yeah, down didn't take it. I'm not confident that I'm looking at what I think I'm looking at. It's hard to say at the moment. 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 attempts to go higher. This thing could come rushing down. It's untrustworthy at the moment. Speedy, how you doing, buddy? Neo, how you doing, bud? Took the fail second entry long, did you? You took that one there, did you? See the possible triple test there. I just don't like it. Short. Yeah, that's what I mean. That bar there, didn't you? You could argue there's a triple test there, but price does look like it's working up. Yeah, if you took a short, it's a fail second entry long. If you're looking at something like this, I used to get them confused, long, short. If you're going up, it's a short failure. If you're coming down, it's a long failure. That's how I think about it. See, if you look on this chart, 2 legs up, you've got bulls there for sure and there. So this thing could come rushing down, and it does look like a triple test. Trouble is, just EMA's flat. Prices are above it, below it, above it, below it. So you've just got to be a bit careful. The market is super trappy, I will say. But on this chart, you've got a bull bar there, and you've got a higher low there and a failure there. So it may just trigger above that green bar there and then come down. Tempting that to go short there. It's very tempting. Trouble is, that's 14 ticks. That's about 18 ticks. EMA's flat as a pancake here, so you've really got to try and control yourself and be careful here. You know, the tendency is just to think, okay, it looks like it's going up. Let's find a way up. But then you've got a triple test there. So is it going to come down? At the moment, the market overall for me is bullish at the moment. So I'm really only looking for longs. But a lot of the time, price will come down, clear out some of this liquidity. You can see two lots of them there. So I'd expect price to get below there. There's one there. I expect that to go before this pushes higher, and possibly that one as well. So it would have to go below there. So when you kind of see a bearish bar there and you get a lower high, it is a tendency, but we didn't get one. But my guess is before it pushes higher, it'll take that one out, which it looks like it's doing now. It may have already done it. It has. So it's dropped a tick below there and quite likely there as well. As it's a higher low, it may hold, but channel down, a couple of pushes up. It's probably going to come down. Market has a way of clearing these areas out before buyers get back in. It may hold that one, but it's hard to say. So if you like this channel now, we're out of it a little bit. That's why I think it's a bit dangerous. I don't think this is finished coming down yet. I still think it'll get below there. Okay, so that's taken that out now. So, you know, if you are thinking about going along, it's certainly a bit safer to do it. If you look on the right chart, channel break new low, there's a bullish bar strong off that. So this may take this out. It may hold. But there is support along there, so it may just decide to come down and clear that out. Trouble is, it's very hard to always trade in runners. That's what I'm saying. You can't get that far before the thing overlaps and comes down and clears you out. So it'll take that out. I'm convinced of it. Yeah, it has done. So channel with a break new low. Couple of attempts to go up. You may argue triple test. I didn't think it was terrible taking the triple test. It clearly worked. But the only issue I've got at the moment is the bias is up. We've broken above this, come back in, and now we look like we're working up. So I'm not confident trading the markets at the moment. I'm certainly not confident trading shorts at the moment. But it was a triple test, but it was just above that EMA, and you just don't know what this market's going to do. Channel break new low. We could go up. I mean, we had two legs up. We trapped the short, pushed up, stopped it out. We could do the same, push up, stop it out, and channel break new low. There's always a possibility, as we're kind of at support here, that this thing carries on up like that, and you getting short here, and it continues on up. So I'm just not confident taking these at the moment. I think you got lucky. It does happen, you know. It swings and roundabouts. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. Sometimes it's a good setup. It'll go up and bounce off your order a couple of times and come down and stop you out. So there's always an element of luck, you know. It's not an exact science trading. We kind of look for an edge, and there is a mixture of winners and losers. The amount depends really on kind of what your risk to reward is. But it's hard going making consistent money as a trader. I got to say, yesterday and a couple of days early in the week, I started to feel really stressed, and I'm usually pretty okay with that. So for me, trading feels like almost like a competitive sport. You've constantly got to be on your game, and it can wear you out. So me and my wife are going away for a long weekend next week, so I won't be trading Friday and Monday. So we're going to go away. I just feel like I take very, very little time off trading since I started, and I think it's important to get a break, especially when you're feeling a bit stressed, because it can just, it can change how you trade a little bit. So I'm going to have a nice weekend. I'm going to make sure I drink plenty of scotch. We're going down to Winchester, where my sister lives. It used to be the capital city a long time ago. Absolutely beautiful place. There's a 900-year-old cathedral there. It's just incredible. It's all lit up at night. There's some fantastic old 400 years old bars and that. It's a beautiful place. So we're going to go down there. Me and my wife are going to lock ourselves in a nice little bar, and we're going to get paralytic. So we're just going to have a good break, get away, jump in the car and have a drive. But yeah, I've been feeling a bit stressed lately, so it is important to take a break. This is too mental. You're exhausting is a good word, Karina. You do feel like it wears you out. There's not many jobs where you get this level of emotions and a certain amount of stress as well. It comes with the territory. So I do take very, very little time off. And even kind of when I'm at home, I look at my chart at the end of the day. I always look at Max. I look at Thomas Wade's. I look at some of the other streamers. So it feels like kind of, although I only sort of trade about 4 hours a day, it kind of feels like a full-time job. So it is important to take a break. I can't stress that enough. But I just need to take some of my own advice. Okay, so we've just got, we've got Max chart up here, and he's got some kind of, do you know what? Do you know, about 15 minutes ago, when I wasn't sure, I actually put mine across the tops and put it down to there. And oddly enough, Max done the same. We've only had one touch at the bottom, which is odd, but it's touching quite nicely at the top. So I had that and got rid of it in the end because I wasn't too sure, but Max got the same thing. It kind of, I mean, really, it's supposed to confirm 3 times, really, isn't it? Now, it doesn't matter how odd these markets look. One thing we can always do is join point A to point B. So you can't call it a trade just because 2 points you can put together. But this does give us a potential target. It visually looks not too bad. So we're clearly going sideways, and there is a bull bar there. My issue I have with that is it's 19 ticks. Do I just want to randomly jump in there? Not really, because it's congested. It has touched that, so it may just push up. But I just, as much as I trust Mac, I don't want to just assume that's it. But we did the same there, went a bit sideways, and then it took off, so maybe it will. But it's clearly congested, and I ain't getting in for 19 ticks. That's horrendous. Market's got a habit of triggering you, coming down, stopping you out, and then ended up rubbing your nose in it by going rocketing up. So the one negative side about Pats is you got no room for error with your stop. We've all been stopped out by a tick or two, only to end up rubbing your nose in it by going in the direction that you expected it to. So that looks like a two-tiered channel. So we've had a break of it, and there's our new low. But there is quite a bullish bar there, but it's triggered. And where's this coming down? You've got to have a fair bet it's going to stop that out, and it has. Look. So now where does it go? I can adjust this ever so slightly if I need to. So really strong bar off that. Now I think there's a good chance that that could continue on up, but it's 31 ticks. I don't like the stem now, so I'm just sitting tight here. I mean, these bars are bloody huge. You know, I can mitigate that slightly by adjusting that bottom ever so just a touch. But here it comes again, look. Yeah, so at the next 2 days, I just need my Apex PAs just to have $50 minimum, and the other day I can flip. So if I don't get a trade today, I'm not going to force one. I'm just going to just flip a 1 tick micro just to count as the day, and then Monday. From Monday onwards, I just need $50 of profit, whether that's Monday or Tuesday. I'm not squeezing trades anymore. I've done that in the past. I'm just going to wait for them to come to me. If it takes an extra couple of days, so be it. Takes an extra week. It is what it is. I'm not going to force it. Forcing trades to try and hit your profits, I've done before, and it's a risky business. And there's nothing that makes you feel more physically sick than being $50 away from a $2,000 payment and ended up blowing the account. It's punishing. So the ironic thing is, you come down, big bull bar, sorry, push up, big bull bar, come down, straight away break below it, and then we push up strong. Trouble is, you don't know that that's going to happen. And when it's sideways like that, you've just got to be so careful. The way that's pushing up there, if it can get above this, I think that that may be the beginning of the next move up. But I just don't trust price at the moment. That's frustrating, isn't it? Look, 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. We're nearly 15 points up already. But yeah, you're right. It's a real mental game, this is. Look how frustrating that is. Look, you jump in anywhere bar here, you stopped out. Jump there, came down below, stopped you out, you jumped in there. I mean, these bars never triggered anyway. Fortunately, that bar, or that bar never triggered anyway. So I can see orders at 80. Strong orders, in fact, more like 78 to 80. So more like there and a bit higher. I mean, look at that. Look, push up. And down we come quick. 6, 7 points straight down. And are we going to come down now and take out this? Or is there a channel down? It's so hard to say when it's like this. if this doesn't settle down in the next 45 minutes, I'm going to finish my weekend early, I think. See, we bounce off this level there, nice and strong. As I said, I think this is where price is going to continue up, and all of a sudden we push up, push out, and immediately reverse straight back down. Let's have a look at this 10,000 tick chart. See, yeah, sometimes this is a little clear. So we've got 2 legs down, 2 legs up. So this is a little bit clearer, but it's still not giving us any real direction. There's obviously a slight upward bias, but it's just not super clear. That actually doesn't look terrible. If you think it's touching on that bar there up to the top, 2 legs back, 2 legs up, 2 legs back, but then you'd expect to buy from here. And at the moment, just not super confident. See, it's testing the underside of this, which tells me it could push down, channel break, new high, channel break. Trouble is, when it's bounced twice here on potentially an uptrend, my first thought isn't to go short it. Trouble is, we had this move down, one attempt to push higher. This is a second attempt, which means it may fail. Clearly see there's a lot of support and resistance here. It does seem to be finding some resistance there, but it's just not convincing enough. There is a higher low there. Trouble is, as I say, there's support there. I don't think it's the worst trade in the world. Trouble is, move down, 2 attempts to push up. It may trap that and give us a second entry short. I know it's a terrible trade, that, to be honest with you. But just because I'd be going long right into a chunk of support, I have to just be a little bit cautious. Typically worked though, didn't it? Yeah, Marco took it. I ummed and ahed about it. Trouble is, channel down, 2 attempts to push up. Is it going to fail? Okay, channel down, 2 attempts to push up, and a big bearish bar, which is huge. Again, it's 28 ticks, it ain't finished yet, 30 ticks. That's ridiculous, that is. See, it's not picking a direction and sticking to it. It's just whipping up and down. So if you took that high or low, you had plenty of points anyway, but look how market tends to just overlap itself. Uh, you'd expect it to come down there and take that stop out, but this is supposed to be generally working up, but at the moment we're just going up, down, up, down, up, down. So I'll be shocked if it doesn't take that out. Below it, above it, below it, above it, below it, above it. Hmm. Yeah, I marked that earlier, but then got rid of it. It's just hard to say at the moment. It's just shooting off in all sorts of different directions. Max got that. Now, at the moment, it does tend to be holding, but we're not getting that strong move up off the bottom. We've had two bounces and it's just not moving strong off, which tells me we're either going sideways or maybe we've got this with a break and a new low. So it's just hard to read at the moment. There's so many possibilities. When it is like this, I think really the sensible thing to do is to just take a break in it because it can be a bit frustrating when it's like this. Same again, we're off that bottom at the moment. But you see it 3 times, and when you tend to jump in the third time, that'll be the time when it triggers you and stops you out. It'll kind of give you, here we go, there's 2. Let's see if they fall for it again. Bullish bar, trigger, stop out. So I'm just not doing nothing here at the moment. It's just so trappy. You've got to be really confident at the moment. And I'm just not. The more we see this whipping around, the more you kind of, the more we have yeah, the more we kind of, I've got trust issues I have at the moment. So you took the higher low. Yeah, you'd have got points out of it, but straight away it came down, cleared it out. So it's constantly overlapping itself. And then all of a sudden, down we come. So Is this a channel up? It's possible. So if that is a channel down, it's had a break and it has played out anyway. Uh, I think when it's like this, you're probably better off scalping a point because the thing is moving quite large. I think it'd be quite easy to get a point even if you made a mistake, but I can't bring myself to trade a point. I've thought about it many times. Have I got it wrong? Is it better? So came down to the midline. So if that is a channel, we've had a break of it, and you can argue a couple of pushes down. Trouble is, would you want to go long here at the midline? It may work, it may not. It's for me, this is a lot of random stuff. This is, in fact, I'm going to finish now because I can feel myself getting a bit frustrated. It happens sometimes. I've been a bit stressed lately. It's the end of the week. It's been a long week. Prices have been quite volatile. So I think the best option is to go downstairs, drink copious amounts of single malt, and clear me head, I think. So I'm going to leave you guys to it. I may come back for half an hour later and see if things are settled down. But that ATR's floating around 5. Prices moving quickly in all sorts of directions. So it's so easy to get shafted. And if you do get shafted, it's going to sting because of the size of these bars. So I think the best option for me, really, while I'm feeling a bit frustrated, is to just do the sensible thing and go and drink. So I'm going to leave you guys to it. So have a great weekend. Careful today. It can be a little bit painful. There's no issues in deciding to finish early and enjoy your weekend. You never have to feel forced. You've got to stay here just because, we do what we do. But I think sometimes a sensible option is when you're not feeling up to it, is take a break. So I'm going to leave you guys to it. Have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday and we'll do it all again. Bye for now.